Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to chrisIsTalkin, and this is my weekly anime review for Mob Pyscho 100, and this is for episode 3. And in this episode, Mob let down his hair and showed his true colors, and so I decided to let out my hair. Now, all jokes aside, this was a really good episode because it showed a lot of characterization, backstory, and depth to Mob's character, and it had more to the series because a lot of it seemed like, okay, what's going to happen? Is it going to be a monster of the week? Or I don't know, it seemed like every week was just going to be a standalone episode, really, and I didn't really know where it was going to go. I mean, it was really good, but how was it going to come out of the shadow of One Punch Man? And now think about it, One Punch Man was extremely successful. One thing that happens is whenever a series comes out by the same mangaka who just recently created a successful series, the second one normally isn't as good. I don't have any right now to kind of throw out there, but it's not as good, but they tend to end up finding it hard to break away from the series prior and standing on its own ground. Now in this one, One Punch Man and Mob Pyscho 100, they're both done by one, and the art style's kind of the same, and you get to see a lot of the characteristics in the characters such as Mob and Saitama, the two protagonists of both the stories. Now what happens is in this episode we get to see the depth and the how serious and different and unique both of the characters are. Now Mob, he is so different. He looks a bit like Saitama with a wig with a crop on him, which is hella hilarious, but and his personality is kind of bland as well. But then you find out that it's not that his personality is kind of bland, it's just that he's subconsciously locked away his feelings and his emotions because he's scared of it, and he's focused so much on using his psychic powers that he doesn't use his physical ability. Hence why at the end of the last week's episode he wanted to join the body improvement club. So I think that's really good, and it shows that he actually does want to improve himself. He does want to be better, but in a different kind of way. But in the same way as Saitama, he is OP, he is extremely powerful. It's just that the thing that he wants to improve on isn't like trying to be the very best, but for him it's trying to be just normal, trying to just be good, trying to just understand life, just trying to get a clue. Hence the theme of the episode. Now, as well as that, we also got to see Mob's 100. Now, when it was happening, because I haven't really read manga, I was kind of like, whoa, this is increasing fast, because I thought it was going to increase over the series. Maybe we might see 100 at maybe in the 12th episode or something like that. Who knows? But thankfully, it actually went very well. We got to really appreciate what was happening and understand why that was happening. And instead of doing it through episode 12 like a normal shownin cliche, we get to see Mob actually explode in this episode. And it wasn't just an explosion of crazy saneness or whatever. It was, but it wasn't, if that makes sense. It was more like his emotional barrier had been just unlocked, because this guy was basically just mocking Mob the whole way. He was laughing in his face. I mean, what is it? LOL? That quote was crazy. I mean, I was watching it last night, and me and my girlfriend watching, I was thinking to myself, it's kind of dark. Where's this kind of going? I don't really get what's going on. And then when they were drinking the milk and everything, and it spit in his face, that was funny. Even I was kind of chuckling a little bit. But imagine if you're having milk splashed in your face from people's mouths 3 times in a row. I'd be like, bro, I don't want to smile, leave me alone. By this point, you couldn't smile even if you wanted to. So that was pretty stupid, but it was pretty hilarious at the same time. But yeah, so literally Mob, he just showed that he couldn't be emotional, he couldn't show his true self. And when he did, boy, was that fire. That part was so fucking epic. Mob was extremely badass, and it was so cool to see Mob in that limelight. And his voice acting, whoever did the voice acting for Mob at the moment, didn't just become somebody totally new. They actually kept it within Mob's character and made you really understand and appreciate it. The goosebumps I got when Mob was in his fucking 100 mode was so epic. Mob Pyscho 100 right now is extremely enjoyable. It's one of my Mondays. Alright, my manga for Mondays is Nanatsu no Taizai. My anime for Monday is Mob Pyscho 100. Now there are other series out there, but these two different series, so the manga and the animes, they're really killing it right now. They are really killing it. And talking about Nanatsu no Taizai, do check out my review for my manga review for that, which I posted up yesterday. It was a live reaction one, which I did whilst I was walking on my way to the gym. Pretty hilarious. So do definitely check out that review. If you're not caught up to Nanatsu no Taizai, check out my other manga and anime reviews because I do them extremely frequently. Do like, share, subscribe, and when you subscribe, turn on that notification because then you'll be notified of when I post up my videos. I checked on my logistics on YouTube and it shows that I have a lot of people from around the world who watch it, not really from the UK. So if you do turn it on, you will kind of know better when I post mine because I'm posting it now, so it might be night time for you guys or whatever, which is why I normally go good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys, which is my opening, as you would have noticed over the 66 videos now, 67 videos. God damn. But yeah, Mob Circle 100, episode 3, epicness, fucking Super Saiyan Mob flying around. Well, yeah, we got to see Mob in a body improvement club and how shit he was and how he fainted. What the hell? And we also got to see a bit of the other psychic team crew. I don't really remember who they were. The telepathic after school club, and they were still basically just doing fuck all, but they didn't know that Mob was that powerful. So when you see Mob just lifting around all those weights, just spinning around and looking pretty epic, that was pretty cool. You know what? Sorry, I know this is kind of dragging on, but this is Chris talking, so who cares? Studio Bones are really good at making boring things look epic. I'm talking about Mob will just be sitting there, and the panning of the scene around Mob, as well as the weights and as well as just the music and the animation and everything, is always so stylistic, always so beautiful considering how manic the art style is. And that's one thing I like about Studio Bones and their interpretations and the adaptations of things. Like, Studio Bones are really, really king right now. One, I'm loving his work. I'm extremely loving Mob Psycho 100. I can't wait to see where this goes because it's not the stereotypical thing. I mean, Mob turned down the people the Psycho Club who he should have been with at the beginning, so that's kind of like, whoa, that's kind of nuts. Mob wants to be himself. In this episode, we never got to see much of Reagan, but we did get to see a bit of him there, here and there, talking to Mob on the phone, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, so many things happen in this. It was a different way that the anime went forward. It wasn't this usualness of like, I don't know, you kind of get what I mean. It wasn't the usual stuff that happens. We actually got to see a lot of progression, a lot of backstory, a lot of development for Mob. The animation and art style I love the art, so for me it's still going to be high. The animation was extremely good as usual. The fight scene between Mob and the main villain was super, super cool. I mean, Mob looked epic as fuck, and his personality, his persona, everything about Mob was amazing. Now I can't wait to see episode 4. The preview, spoilers, if you haven't seen the preview, do check the previews first, but I'm going to talk about the previews in 3, 2, 1. The previews show like another guy with blonde hair, the same guy that's in the opening of the Mob Psycho 100 opening, when you see like Mob going all crazy and then you see like a blonde guy like who seems like it might be another powerful person. So I'm interested to see whether that's going to be Mob's Sasuke. So, but because this is Mob Psycho 100, it's probably going to be the hyper version or a friendly guy. I don't know. I'm just throwing out things out there. What do you guys think? Leave me the discussions below, theories. Who's your favorite character in Mob Psycho 100 right now? Do you guys like Reagan? Yeah, what do you think of Mob's design when he goes all rage mode? I think it's fucking epic. And what is your favorite Studio Bones adaptation? There's something I want to ask you guys. What's your favorite Studio Bones adaptation? Leave that down below because I'd be interested to see what your answers are. And as I said, like half the video away, if you like this video, definitely do like. Thumbs up because it lets me know that you guys are enjoying it or that you guys agree, or just leave comments down below telling me guys your thoughts about the series and where you want it to go. And if you know any information about like how long the series is going to be, let me know as well. It's something pretty cool to know. Lastly, what's called again? I'm doing a 60-day, or is it? It's not 60 days. I'm doing a 12-week challenge, 12-week fitness challenge, body transformation thing, just to test myself to see where I'm gonna go. I know I'm into anime and stuff, but I'm extremely into my fitness. If you guys have seen on my Instagram, you will see that my Instagram is about my fitness, and on my Snapchat I saw loads of fitness as well as anime, as well as me going crazy, just me being personal. I think I might be starting up another YouTube channel for my fitness, so you guys can see the progression. If not, it is a huge maybe. Do definitely check out my Snapchat and all the details, which I'll leave down below. And yeah, so yeah, thumbs up guys, and see you guys soon for my next reviews. And don't forget to share and subscribe. Take care. Chris is talking. Peace.